Yo boys, so today's video is going to be about what I think personally are the best settings for visibility and also vibrance. So let's get right into it. So for video settings, first things first, resolution, you can have whatever you want. You know, if you watch my stretch resolution guide, you can also just change these values to whatever you want. Set your screen scale to 400 or whatever your PC can handle. Field of view. This is just preference. You can decide what you want personally. I've been messing around with it. I was originally on 110, but I bumped it up to 120. So yeah, everything else I have potato. It's like I don't need any of this. You know, I just want better visibility and more frames, right? So if we come out of there, we go to gameplay. I have all of these on. Hit markers on, of course. Again, this is all preference, but I think that this is a good ground to start at. You can have duration just lowered a little bit. And also the size, so it doesn't get in the way too much. I like the colors when I'm shooting to be like vibrant, because I don't think it's that distracting. So I have blue and pink for blue for hits, and for a kill it's pink. Armor's purple, and headshot I have off. I don't think it's useful at all. And for kills I have my volume on 5. Everything else is on 3. I have both of these on, but personally I'd turn this off for less clutter. Unless you want like that on, then that's up to you. What else is there? So I have friendlies as white because they kind of blend in. Only map it's not really good on is like Isle, but apart from that, I like it because I don't get distracted by the massive icons all across the map. I do end up shooting my teammates by accident sometimes, but hey, we move, right? It looks cleaner, so I think it's worth it. A squad I have as blue. Squad captain and squad friendly. I just think it's clean. I know where they are at all times. Also, another thing with having white is it makes it so when people are like shooting or like in action, it makes the color orange. And I find that when you have like another color, like let's say blue for example, it makes it like a really bland dark color, and it, you know, I struggle seeing it personally. So having like two good colors that stand out, I think is worth. I have this off at the moment, but like you could just bump this up. I think it's like this default or something, 13, but I have it on 0, so it's less clutter on my screen. So these are like the flags or the objectives colors. I have mine on blue and pink, just like my hit marker and kill marker. Ping size 140, flag size 60, flag opacity 50, non-target flag opacity 10, border opacity 50, and I use a crosshair overlay, which I will get into a little bit later. So that's why I have my crosshair size and opacity set to 0. I have all of these off, and I do have chat enabled. Now this is another big one. Personally, I think when you're like traversing across the map and stuff, you want to be able to just quickly, you know, see your surroundings, and I think by default it's more zoomed in. I have mine set to 10 at the moment. I might even bump it up more on some maps. It's still zoomed in quite a lot, but yeah. So the grid size and the second grid size, I recommend making at least 10, so it's a little bit more zoomed out. So for controls, I have directional climbing on, toggle lean on, toggle aim off, toggle dragging players off, and toggle sprint on. 1 tap tactical, 2 tap drop, and I just find that 0.15 is like the best for me personally. My sense right now is 100 for mouse and ADS, but for vertical I set to 120. I find it's easier to control the vector spray on my specific sense. As well, I also have the 1x150. It just makes spray control easier. That's the only reason I have it like that. Since for some reason I'm set to like 125 hertz, I can't play 1000 hertz. It stutters all over the place. So this is why I have these specific settings. These might work for you, they might not, but this is what I have. The keybinds, I have some interesting ones, let's just say that. So for crouch, I have C. I have prone on my side mouse button for easy use. QE, now this is an interesting one, right? I have it on, have lean on QE, but you can also have it on AD, right? And this will make it so you're leaning all the time. So for people who struggle to lean, this is a big one. But the only thing you have to keep in mind is it will do this all the time. So no matter what action you're doing, you'll always be leaning. But yeah, for jump, I have scroll. I recommend having 2 different binds for these. Because you'll be caught in situations where you just want to jump or something and you end up vaulting. I've done it so many times. So yeah, that's a big one. Change these binds, make them separate. I personally have mine on scroll wheel because that's what I'm used to. Jump. Drag players, I have on F for a dual keybind. So first stage you also want to set to F. And this is all preference, right? But for me, for my primary gadget, I have on 4, so that's the C4. Like that's the C4 gadget right there. So it's easy for me to just click 4 and then just start throwing C4. The secondary gadget is pulling out your med kit, for example. I think that's nice to have just above like your forward key. You just press 3. It's very easy access. And my throw key is G. Just nice and easy, all right next to each other. Interact is E right now. That's just to pick up the C4 really, for me personally. But then you also have a double keybind R. So for when you quick reload, you know, you double tap. That you can just pick it up instantly pretty much. Like as soon as you reload, you just look at the mag and you're holding R and you just pick it up. Makes your life 10 times easier. Squad leader menu. Now, personally, I think it's nice to just have it on your mouse. Just when you need to be super quick. You just press it and then you just place a wall, like if you need to heal up quickly or create cover. And yeah, I have my map on tab, right? So it's all on the side where my fingers are. I don't have to move anything. I don't have to, you know, it's just all right there. And I have my scoreboard on back quote, so the key above tab, right? Because when you tap it by accident, you get this 5-second just freeze. I don't know if that's for everybody, but that's what I get. So I've put it completely out the way and moved my map to tab to make my life 10 times easier. Now, some people asked about the crosshair. Now for this, you would need an overlay. You can't get this in the game currently. For some reason, it's just like a dot. It doesn't really... It's not good. It's really bad. It doesn't stay in the center. It moves around when you're running. I don't understand the thought process behind it, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. So personally, I use this application from Steam. I believe it costs a little bit of money, but I think it's worth it. You can have it in any game. You know, it's a long-term purchase, but yeah. So anyway, so this is what I use, Crosshair X, and you can get that on Steam. That's pretty much it. So this is what I use for my Vibrance. This pretty much just uses your NVIDIA colors without actually changing your whole desktop colors. It will only change it when you're in the game that you choose. So for us, it'd be BattleBit. This is what I currently have set. So if I go to add, and I had it on 75. I think that's a pretty chill area to be. And that's how I get the Vibrance. Yeah. That's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, and drop a sub, of course. Come on now. But yeah, alright, peace.